in today's video we're going to learn how to do some double unders, and we're going to learn from start to finish all the steps on how to get your double unders. I know there's tons of videos out there, but I think I have one thing that might actually help you get your double unders, and it's very important. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing you want to do before you actually start skipping is doing some mobility and stretching. Those are two very important things to do before you start any activity, and since double unders are very harsh on the ankles and the calves, you really want to make sure they're well oiled before you even start. So when you're doing some stretching and mobility for double unders, you want to do some ankle rotations. You also want to do some calf raises to warm up those ankles. And then you want to go into doing some heeled walks or some high heel walks. And then you also want to stretch your calves by doing a calf stretch, whether that's up against the wall or with an elastic band. Those work both ways. So you want to start making sure you're mobile and stretched before we start skipping. The next aspect when it comes to double unders is that you want to make sure you have the proper equipment, because if not, you're not going to do very well with a short rope or a long rope when it comes to double unders. So the length of your rope is very important as well. So you want to make sure it's custom to your height. So luckily a lot of these skip ropes, you can cut them to your height to make sure that they're the proper height. And when you're measuring them, you want to step on your skip rope. So you want to put 1 foot on the skip rope, make sure that it's even on both sides, and you want to make sure the bottom of the handle, not the top of the handle, is kind of touching near your armpit kind of crack area here. You want to make sure that it kind of reaches that area so that it is a good enough height. It doesn't need to be exact, but you want to kind of hit that area. Continuing on the conversation about equipment, which in this case is our double under rope, I think that is something that we kind of overlook, and it's actually really important, is to make sure that you have a rope that suits your rhythm and your preference. So really, double unders, what it comes down to is rhythm, and you want to make sure that you have a rope that suits you. So first off, you want to make sure that you have a speed rope, not just a regular skip rope. They're a lot slower than regular skip ropes, whereas speed ropes are much thinner and a lot faster to get around when it comes to double unders. However, there are different types of thicknesses to these speed ropes. For me personally, I prefer a much thinner speed rope, not a lot of plastic. I prefer mostly just wire and some metal handles. I find it's just quicker to go around and works with my rhythm. I'm much more of a quicker jumper. But when it comes to someone like David, he prefers a bit thicker of a skip rope and plastic handles. That works for him, and that really works for his rhythm because he's a lot slower in his jumps. So when he tries a rope like mine, it's too quick for him and does not work for his rhythm. And when I try a jump rope like his, I find it just way too slow and the handles are just not working for me. I prefer a metal handle. So if you're new to double unders, I really recommend checking out more affordable options. They have tons of options on Amazon. Even Rogue has some really good options, but it's good to look into what works for you if you're more of a quicker jumper or much kind of slower jumper. I will leave a link down below of my skip rope and David's skip rope. His is Rogue. Mine is off Amazon. Mine was like 15 bucks. And his, you can already get them kind of fixed to your height. That you can do like a little size chart on their website, so Rogue has that as well, but I will definitely have the two of them linked down below. Okay, so it is finally time to do the exercises to get your double unders. But first you want to make sure that you have the proper body position. You want to make sure that your chest is upright. You don't want anything too slouched forward. You want to make sure your chest is upright and puffed out a little bit. You also want to make sure that your arms are by your side, because if your arms are too far out, your rope just does not work. It doesn't end up hitting the ground properly. So you want to make sure your arms are close by your side to make sure that rope comes around and clears around you. Also, you want to make sure that your feet are close together. You don't want wide feet. It's really hard to jump, a lot more exhausting to jump. So you want to make sure your feet are close together. And also try not to bend your legs too much. You don't want to be tuck jumping when you do your double unders. Those are a lot harder and more exhausting to do. So you want to make sure that you have a pretty straight body position. Okay, so first thing you want to make sure that you have is your single unders. You want to make sure that your single unders are smooth and good to go. So that means having a proper body position, your chest is upright, your arms are next to your side, your feet are together, and your legs are straight, and you're able to just do basic skipping. Before you move on to the next step though, you want to make sure that you have a good range of single unders, which is around 100 to 150. The next thing you want to practice is single under high jumps. So when it comes to double unders, you're doing a little bit more of a higher jump than you normally would do when you're doing single unders. So this is the perfect time to practice high jumps in just doing single unders. Now for the next step, you're not going to need your rope, so get rid of it, David. And we're gonna be practicing some penguin jumps. These are really kind of fun to do and fun to practice. You look a little crazy, but these will definitely help you get your rhythm in your double unders. And like I said before, rhythm is a very important thing. We all have different rhythm in our bodies. I have a much quicker one, he has a much slower one. So you wanna make sure that you're getting the proper rhythm for you. So when it comes to penguin jumps, you wanna make sure your body is straight, and you wanna do high jumps, high explosive jumps, just like the single unders, and you wanna tap your side twice, okay? And that is how you're going to find your rhythm. So make sure that you're slapping your side twice here, and it's almost, you look like a penguin, right? You're doing a penguin jump. So you wanna jump high and make sure you're tapping yourself twice, because those taps are what's gonna help you find your rhythm, and those taps is like as if the rope has passed twice. Once you've mastered those, you wanna move on to finally trying some double unders. So get your skip ropes, get your skip rope, David. So now we're going to practice single, single, double. So you wanna try and get into this rhythm. The first time you're probably gonna have to practice single, single, double, and then stop. But once you get better, you can do single, single, double, single, single, double. So you wanna continue that pattern to get used to getting that rope around twice. This is probably maybe the first time you've gotten your double under. You wanna really try and get that height. So you wanna do singles that are high jumps as well. You wanna make sure you do single high jump, and then a double. And the first time, it's okay if you stop after that. If you master your double under that way and you wanna continue skipping, keep going with the rhythm of single under, double under, single under, double under. And then of course, after that, you wanna move into two double unders. So you wanna do a single and then a double under, double under. This is what's actually gonna help you really get the start of your double unders. So when you have mastered your double unders, most people do start with a single under and then they start doing the double unders. So that's what I do, that's what he does as well. I've seen some people who start right away with double unders, but I find a lot of people trip up that way. So by doing a single, double, double, that's gonna help you with the start of your double unders and help you obviously get better at double unders. So even then you can start with just a single, double, double and stop, or you can do a single, double, double, single, double, double. But these two exercises, the single, single, double and the single, double, double, is something that's really gonna help you find your rhythm when it comes to double unders. I feel like I'm talking like a Canadian trying to say their Tim Hortons, like, you know what I mean? Like, can I have a single, can I have a double, double? Like, that's how I feel. Okay, so once you've done that, you've pretty much gotten really used to getting your rhythm and your double unders, and you're kind of getting the groove of things. And something to really help you build your endurance and build your capacity when it comes to doing your double unders is doing EMOMs. I find any skill that you want to practice, EMOMs is really the best way to go. So if you're just starting out, I really recommend that you do an EMOM of like 10 minutes, and in each minute you do 5 to 10 double unders, depending how well you are at your double unders, but this is really gonna help you build the endurance. So when it comes to a workout, you're not stressing, you're not constantly tripping up or doing anything crazy like that. You wanna make sure that you're doing a good, rhythm and practicing the endurance when it comes to it. So try a 10-minute EMOM, doing 5 to 10 double unders in each minute. I know sometimes it's like waiting around a while. You can add some more if you want to, but it's good at getting that kind of rhythm. And if you trip up, you still have some time. So practice doing some EMOMs for any skill, but it will definitely help you with getting your double unders and working on your double unders. So when it comes to a workout, it's not as stressful and you already have kind of the endurance when it comes to double unders. All right, so those are all the steps that you need to get your double unders. And I really recommend that you guys take the time and the patience to learning your double unders, because it is just not going to work if you just keep trying double unders. Really work on each step and make sure that you have mastered each step, because this will not come overnight. No skill will come overnight. It's important that you keep practicing and mastering each step. And also, don't get frustrated. I know it does get really frustrating when you don't get your double unders, because it's a very rhythmic thing more than anything, and it does get frustrating. And sometimes, there's days where we have our double unders really good, and there's days where we're constantly tripping up on our double unders, and that is okay. But do not get frustrated, because on the days when I'm really mad and frustrated when it comes to a workout, I'm constantly tripping up. And when he was learning to do double unders, he was constantly getting so upset at himself because he just couldn't do it. And you're constantly whipping yourself, and it makes you more upset and more frustrated. So sometimes just take a deep breath, and if it's just not working that day, go back to something a little more easier. The single unders, the high jump single unders, whatever works for you. Take a step back, take a deep breath, and it takes time and patience no matter what skill you work on. Also guys, don't be afraid to practice this every single day to get your double unders. It's going to help you rather than practicing it sporadically. You don't want to practice it one day here and then 2 weeks later practice it. You want to try and practice a skill as often as you can. And it's easy to just pick up a jump rope and practice, whether that's before class, after class, or whenever you have free time. If you have a smooth surface, you can do your double unders. So take time to practice them as well. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos on how to do a certain exercise when it comes to CrossFit, let me know down below and we can probably do that for you. I want to say thank you to David for helping me film this video and do double unders and teach you guys how to do double unders. So I want to say a huge thank you for watching this video. If you guys want to see any other tutorials on how to do a certain exercise when it comes to CrossFit, let me know down below and I can probably help you. And I want to say a huge thank you to David for being my assistant of the day. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. It of course helps the channel so much. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And don't forget to be unstoppable. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like winter leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.